Hey guys, and welcome to Petrol Ped, and welcome to the Nurburgring and Apex. Now, any of you who know anything about this magical place will have heard of the name Apex, and closely associated with that is the legend that is Misha. Now, I have never been around the Nürburgring as a passenger or as a driver. That is about to change. I'm about to go out for my first ever lap of the Nürburgring in the passenger seat of a car with Misha. Strap in, guys, because I have a feeling this is going to be quite special. Now then, I'm actually filming this after we've done our laps,
because we wanted to make sure that we could get on the track, because now it's like 2 o'clock. The track's been closed for 6 times, and I wanted to make sure we could get a lap before we're going to do our podcast.
So he was like, Misha's like, track's open, we're going.
Yeah, and then we film our intro, like I do quite often in my videos as well.
So you must all know this guy, legend, Misha.
Thank you so much.
In this video, we're about to go out in the GR86 behind us, and I thought we'd just very briefly talk about the car.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's quite important to say what we're working with today. So, should I take it away?
Yeah, you go away.
Sure. So, this is our GR86. Everyone knows the car by now, with a FA24 engine, 2.4 liter naturally aspirated, 230 horsepower, something like that. And I think whatever Newton meters, who cares, because it's not enough anyway. So the engine is stock that we're driving with. The car will be remapped. It will receive a shorter final drive and an LSD and 4-point harnesses and a splitter. Those 5 things are the things that are still missing, gonna get on the car. For the rest, it's to my liking, it's pretty much finished. What we have here, first of all, of course, the wing, because race car, and actually literally race car, because this is a wing from an M240 Cup car, from the race car. So the race car, not the street car, BMW. We have Miltech exhaust with titanium tips that are more expensive than the exhaust itself. I think that's the most expensive part about the whole car, the tips. Pro-track wheels. Don't ask me about the size or the offset. I'm just a driver. I have no clue. I know the tire sizes because I can read them here. It's 245, 40, 17 all around, Nanking Air 1 tires. They are getting, like, they had a couple of heat cycles, so they're not the best, but they're still good enough, I think.
They're good. Yeah,
they're good. We have some better brake pads in the rear, nothing crazy. I don't even know, I don't care, because it's just like to get the better brake bias. Underneath the car, you can maybe swing the camera later, underneath the car, where you can see lots of like Cusco and hard race, trailing arms, solid mount bushings, all kinds of things. Interior Ricardo pole position seats. There's also a brace in the rear, because you know, racing is like pretty cool. This race car, I know it's empty and stuff. So we have hard race brace, and we can also see here, those are Bilstein adjusters for the suspension, because the suspension is motorsport suspension, and actually from a GT86 Cup car. So the actual Cup car, the race car that you can buy, it's pretty much a straight fit. We just need to make the shocks a bit longer, I think, because it's still rubbing slightly. That's the only thing, but for the rest it's a direct fit, and it did quite well. I can show you underneath the bonnet. As mentioned, power wise there is nothing yet. Oh yeah, on the front, Brembo RS big brake kit. It's the same brake kit that you can find on the Megane RS, all kinds of OEM cars which they install in the car. Works perfectly. Stock is absolutely horrible. Don't bother with going out on track with the stock brakes. Pads, I think performance friction with performance friction discs, and yeah, the rest of the setup you already know. And then underneath the bonnet, as mentioned, actually nothing other than Cusco bracing, not only for the strut towers, but the best part is actually here. It also braces your brake master cylinder, so you have less pedal travel for the brakes. So you have like extra stiff brakes. And speaking of the brakes, of course, also braided lines. We have the Carter ventilation system of Cusco for better breathing here as well. And yeah, oil cooler. It's the same type technology that you could find on the F and G series BMWs, because it's actually mounted here underneath the splitter, so it doesn't like take too much space. We can still use air conditioning, although other cooling, and it works very well. In the past, when the car was stock and we were running it in ambient temperatures like around 20 degrees or less, it would get 130 degrees, the oil quite hot. Now in 30+ degree heat, With the oil cooler, it wouldn't go above 108 or 109, so it's actually very important, very good, very simple, and good job. Yeah, as mentioned, for the rest we're missing splitters, so the car is understeering at this point because of the downforce on the rear. That's our driver excuse, understeering.
Racing driver excuse.
Yes, exactly, and yeah, that's kind of it. Yeah.
He underplays it so well. We are now going to go, let me just do that. We're now going to go out for our laps. I've already done it. I know what's about to happen, but what's about to happen is very special.
Yes, the podcast.
And then we're going to come back here and watch the podcast.
Yeah.
So you need to tune into the podcast.
And, by the way, you can win this car. We're going to be giving it away by the end of the year. So go on gapped.online, find all the info, register there, and we're also making a road and track app. So not only that, and anyway, enough for my self-promotion. Enjoy the lap and subscribe to my channel.
Yes, subscribe to Legend. Right, let's go and do it. Yeah. My first lap of the ring. Here we go.
Here we go.
First ever lap of the Nordschleife with
fantastic.
The main man.
We have a yellow flag there, as you can see, but that's for the coolant spill, so I'm happy that they notified that.
Good.
So yeah, the rest we'll have to see how the track conditions are, but they are not the best today in terms of traffic.
No.
But at the same time, it gives you a perfect, like, I don't know, experience or understanding of how crazy things can get here, and why it's wild, why we still have those things around here, and why it's also important to preserve those things.
And just reaffirm why you're driving and I'm not. Here we go.
It's
airport rental.
yes.
He's boring, but they didn't tell them. Ask their permission before he did that.
Luckily, we not going to end up on YouTube probably. Not for the bad reasons, hopefully. Welcome to your TF experience.
Excuse me, I can't swear. Oh my god! Mate! Literally, my hands are tripped. That is the most unbelievable thing I've ever experienced in my life. And you do that 20 times a day?
Up to, I mean, usually in the weekend it's around 10, but sometimes I can have like a race, you know, then it's a full track day, and then I do a couple of laps in the evening on top. So it really all...
is this that coolant you were saying about?
Yeah, they're still like cleaning up here, so this guy leaked. I guess this should be okay.
Unbelievable. Wow. Wow. I mean, watching it on YouTube, that doesn't do any justice to this place. The elevation changes, the gradient, the G-force is just unbelievable.
The traffic and how much you need to read it.
Yeah. Because the closing speeds on some of those cars is so much. Oh my god, that's now fully justified my decision not to drive today and just have a passenger ride.
At least today. Today is now it's better.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I would say, a good 3 or 4 times better in terms of traffic than it was before. Yeah.
Wow.
Because I think majority of people said like I go to have lunch or maybe come back in the evening or come back tomorrow because it was horrible.
Yeah.
No, I'm also definitely like done for today, to be honest.
Apart from the podcast later, my friend.
Oh yeah, no, that's why I'm gonna
go and have a nap.
I'm gonna take a nap, and so I can be fresh and fruity.
Fresh and fruity, and then maybe a beer after that.
Yeah, since I don't have to drive that much tomorrow, I'll have a gin and tonic tonight.
Oh, there you go.
We can do that,
mate. Well, that was just well, a legend. to experience the Nordschleife with you was something else. This car is amazing.
Glad you enjoyed.
Wow. Anyway, guys, I'm going to do my video close. If you enjoyed that, you got to head over to Misha. Now, Misha's channel is just exploding. You do awesome stuff.
Thank you.
It's phenomenal. It's not just the onboard stuff. He does some really cool videos just about what it's like to live here in the Nürburgring and surrounding area. It's just a crazy place, man.
Yeah, but that's all thanks to my great audience who offered me to drive their cars.
Yeah.
And otherwise I wouldn't be where I am right now, for sure. So that's.
But if you're here,
yeah,
and you want him to drive your car, or you want to go out with him driving you, like I've just done, Apex, Nürburgring, I'll put the details below. But I'm gonna go. You're gonna have a lie down. So am I. I think I need a gin and tonic more than that, to be honest. But
it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
You best have enjoyed that. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Comments below are always welcome, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to Petrol Ped and to Misha's channel for plenty more content to come. Oh my days, what an epic experience. Cheers, man. Good legend. Absolute legend. My hands are so sweaty.